can see, California don't do too bad. There's a beautiful, beautiful Mount Mule. Been watching this guy for a month and a half. And couldn't be more thankful. So like I said, he came down this big old draw, but he came high, and I was thinking worst case scenario, so I'm ranging through a hole in the trees, like, okay, maybe it's gonna end up being 67 yards on a tree stand, which would be just crazy to me. But I'm not trying to be crazy, but I'm not a bad archer, so I usually hit what I'm aiming at. So I was confident at 67 through trees and all that stuff. Thankfully, he didn't. I saw him jump across a log and start coming downhill towards this water. And the only thing that sucked was that with his angle, I was going to end up having to draw and hold for a long time. Because the opening that he was going to come out of, the deer would come out about 30 yards. It's like, okay, well, even if he gets scared and wants to boogie at that point, I can kill him easily from that point. So I go to draw whenever he puts his head behind a tree, and he walks out and he stops and he's slow and he's cautious, and he creeps along and he's slow and he's cautious, and finally he comes out enough to where I'm thinking about shooting. He's broadside, he's quartered in a little bit, and I don't like quartered in shots. I really don't. But then he turns and he faces downhill, and he's looking up at the tree stand. Somehow he didn't see me. I guess I did a good job with this camoing up and staying still, But when he's looking up, I'm holding and I'm shaking and I'm shaking and I'm shaking. So it's like now or never. It's like, well, 30 yards. I can hit baseballs at 30, and I'm more comfortable with the frontal at 30 yards than I am quartered in. So I'm sitting there, I check my bubble, and then I let off the safe and start pulling, breaks. That's the first time I ever shot a deer with a bow where he just dropped straight down, collapsed right where I shot him. He kind of rolled, struggled for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then he passed away. So, I've said it before. I did a video last year about this. People, thinking hunters are barbarians and stuff, and I think what they don't realize is, the majority of us are preparing all year long. We are working our butts off to make sure that when it comes time, that we can do it quickly. We can put them down and minimize the suffering as much as humanly possible. So I'm thankful that all the practice paid off, that the scouting and the things I learned about tree stand hunting. This is the first time I've ever hunted out of a tree stand. I've killed several deer, mostly spot and stock with a rifle. I've done a few archery hunts, but you can't really even call it archery hunting because I was just rolling around in a truck, right when I first started hunting. When I first started hunting, I was in these mountains with this tag, and I killed a few bucks, but it was right out of the truck, and I just always had a problem with that. I wanted to get out of the truck. I wanted to get past the tree line and see what's in there, So I didn't draw, and then I finally drew. So this is my first year back in this zone since I've had this tag, and scouting was pretty amazing. I met a friend, Ray Bailey. Met him through Troy. And Ray, thank you so much for all the tutelage, for all the guidance. Not all young people close their ears when people talk, when somebody's got something to say. And I've listened to to the things that you've had to say, and this is living proof. You know, my friend Troy, my best friend. You know, it's moments like these, man. I wish you were here. I wish you were here, bud. But that's my archery season. Get this guy prepared, get him cut up, and get him in the freezer. He's going to provide a lot of happy meals for my family. And that's what this thing boils down to. You know, the hunting is one thing, and the thrill of the chase, or however you want to put that, I mean, that's one thing. It's I ain't gonna lie, it's fun. I enjoy it. It's my passion. But I do it because whenever I spend time away from my family, I do it doing this kind of stuff. And you know, when it pays off, man, it's just the best feeling in the world. So couldn't be more thankful. I want to thank this buck. It was pretty awesome. Now, pijat you na. Isho ate hujja papa ate hujja gia. Pijat you na. So ate hujja yabi patsaku. Pijat you. Nobody na nem pupwa.